Within my graduate program at UT, we have a professional and social organization called Advertising Graduate Council, AGC for short. Basically, what it is it's a way to give us something fun to do on the weekends and a way for us to network with potential employers who have graduated from the program or just around the state of Texas. And I can remember on my very first day at orientation to AGC, the president at the time told us a story of these two students who were in their year and over the summer had dropped out of the program to join to go to work at one of the largest advertising agencies in the world. And I remember them saying that they had an internship there and that they fully planned to come back to Texas after their internship, but they were offered a job and they just decided to stay. And the moral of the story at the time was basically that the program was so great that you might not even need to finish it. And but they were like, we don't encourage that, but sure, it's doable. It's a very good program. So after 1 year, you're very hireable. And I remember telling people, my friends and stuff back home, that we had these people that after their first year they went and they worked in New York at the biggest agency in the world, and they're making like $100,000 a year and just being awesome, doing exactly what I want to do. So in that, I guess when I was retelling the story, I was kind of using it as bragging rights rather than informational, because I was excited about it. It was cool, and it was something that potentially I could do, and I almost wanted to do it. But I also wanted to graduate with a master's degree, so I decided, whatever, it's not the norm, and I moved on. So this year's my second year, and it was our turn to introduce AGC to the incoming first years, and we told similar stories, that being the most prominent one because it's one of our favorite to tell, because the guys that did it, they've come back a couple of times and they're really cool, and we like to tell their story. And a couple weeks ago, I overheard one of the first years who isn't a member of AGC talking to another person who isn't a member of AGC, telling them the story, and I remember it being so exaggerated that it was almost not believable anymore. But they still completely believed it. And the story kind of went like this: that when I was overhearing it, Banks and Lucas, they got this job right after Thanksgiving break, and they decided that they didn't care about getting a graduate degree. They wanted to make like $150K a year, and that's what they're doing now. They're senior art directors at BBDO, and they're working on huge clients, and they're making like $250,000 a year apiece. And part of me really wanted to interject and be like, not quite, but yeah, kinda. Just because even though the story they were telling was over-exaggerated, it still had a little bit of truth to it, but it was just funny to see how every time it had been told, it had gotten bigger and more bombastic than it had before. So hopefully I can make $250,000 a year in New York, but won't be anytime soon.